Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're layering a vinyl decal and I'm going to walk you through the easiest way to do this. This is one of my favorite ways to layer decals. I hope you find it helpful. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is cut 2 equal pieces of parchment paper, set one aside for later, and apply 2 pieces of press stick to the other. I'm just placing the press stick on the right side in both corners, and then I'll gently stick that down to my cutting mats. I use press stick in place of tape so I don't ruin my mats, but you can also use tape and apply it to the right or left side of your parchment paper. After that's done, I'm going to set that aside and jump on over into Design Space. So in Design Space, I am going to select to make a vinyl decal. And this is actually with a new update on Cricut Design Space. So you have these different options to choose from. And this just makes it really easy. So I'm going to select vinyl decal. And this is going to set up my canvas. And you can select from a water bottle to a notebook, a phone, but I'm going to select a custom size. And the surface area that I have to work with is about 7 by 7 centimeters. So I'm just going to change the width and height to 7 by 7. And I'm going to click on Create. And you'll see that the Images tab is automatically opened. And I'm going to search for a gnome and specifically a ladybird gnome. And some of these designs you will need to pay for. So just keep that in mind if you don't have Cricut access. But there is a way that you can upload your own design and you can upload different layers of a vinyl decal. And I went through that on my video where I talk about not buying Cricut access, and I'll link it up in the cards. I'll also link it in the video description. You can go and check it out and you can definitely upload your own designs. So for this one, I chose the Ladybird Gnome. I actually can't find it here, so I'm going to go to my stuff because I've already set this up. And I'm just going to click on this one here. And this is the gnome that I chose for this video. So I'm just going to click on Customize. And when you click on the Layers panel and you just click on this little arrow, you'll see that there are different layers. And these are the different layers that your Cricut will cut. If we click on Make, this also separates all of these layers, and you'll just need to load in your vinyl each time after the first cut and the second cut, and so on and so forth. For the cut settings, I typically like to use the dial on my Cricut Explorer Air 2, and I just set it to vinyl. If you don't have the Explorer Air 2 and you're using the newer models, then you can select vinyl in the material section. So here are my 4 different layers, and we're essentially creating a sandwich of decal to parchment paper. The parchment acts as a barrier and enables you to layer your decal perfectly before transferring it. For this method, you always want to start with the topmost layer of your design. In my case, the topmost layers are the beige, red, and white, and the black is the bottom layer. So I'm starting with the red layer, and I'm going to place a piece of press stick on the vinyl backing and stick that down onto my first layer of parchment paper to hold it in place. Now I'll take my transfer tape and add my second layer to it. I've deliberately cut the transfer tape bigger than my decal and parchment paper so that I can stick the transfer tape down on the cutting mat to transfer. This is important because you need the transfer tape to hold onto something when transferring layers. I'm going to take my second piece of parchment paper and place that down over the red layer. I'll then place the beige layer that's on the transfer tape down onto my second piece of parchment paper. Now I can position this freely without worrying about my decal sticking accidentally to the transfer tape. You can position the decal until you're happy with it, then stick the transfer tape down onto your work surface on the left or right. While holding the transfer tape up, remove the second piece of parchment paper and slowly burnish down your second layer. Now I'll lift up the entire design along with the backing, remove the press stick and pull the backing away from the transfer tape. You should now have your decal on your transfer tape. Set it aside and take the next layer, always making sure you work from the topmost layer down to the bottom layer and repeat the process. Once done, I just trimmed the decal and applied it to this cute little jar my mom had in the kitchen. So that is it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section, and I will see you in the next craft video.